Volume. When they talk about volume, they're talking about a three-dimensional object, like a box, where you have a length, a width, and a height, and you're filling it up with cubes. So if I imagine filling this up with a whole bunch of little ice cubes. Volume, normally, I'm going to write this one first, is finding the area of the bottom and then finding the times the height. Since the bottom is going to be a rectangle, I would do the length times the width, which gives me the area of the bottom, and then I take it times the height. So length times width times height. Now when I have a perfect cube, my length and my width and my height are all the same thing, right? To find the area of the bottom, I take the 5 times the 5, and then the height times another 5. So they're going to tell you that you can just take the side to the third power. We had that little button on our calculator that had x to the third. So you could do 5 to the third on your calculator, or 5 times 5 times 5, and you come up with 125. And my label for volume is always in cubic units. So it'll be yards to the third power. You'll see a little 3 up there, yards cubed. How many cubes can I fill my box up with?
So that's the answer, 125 yards, right?
Yards to the third, yards cubed, yep. So on number 20, if I'm finding the volume, I'm finding the area of the bottom, so 9 times 4, and then times the height, which is 5. 9 times 4 times 5. Again, we have the commutative property, so look for ones that are easy to do first. 4 times 5 is easier to multiply, right? 4 times 5 is 20, and 20 times 9, 180. And then my label, centimeters cubed.
And why is it cubed?
Because technically what you're doing is taking a centimeter times a centimeter times a centimeter. There's 3 of them, centimeters cubed. Okay. Or volume is filling the space with cubes, because we're talking 3-dimensional instead of like the floor, squares.
Okay.
Number 21 wants us to find the volume of our rectangular prism. To find volume, we find the area of the base, which is the length times the width, and then times the height. The area of the base times the height is your formula for volume, but since my base is a rectangle, length times width times height. So 15 inches times 3 inches times my height is also 3 inches. So if I multiply that out, 15 times 3 times 3, we get 135 inches times inches times inches, inches to the third power. We know that with volume, our label's always in cubic units. So 135 inches cubed.